How's it going, everyone? So for today's video, I'm just going to be giving you guys a bit of an update around the garden. I know that you haven't seen this back, just an general update on how this back garden is doing, as well as some of the veggies out the front. So I just made a couple of clips over the past few days that I've just put together just to give you guys a bit of a look around it and see how things are doing. And I do also just want to quickly apologise that I didn't put a video up last weekend. I was really hoping to, but I was very crook last week and wasn't able to film and edit and upload a video. But there will be another video coming out this week, which I will try to get onto tomorrow, so make sure you stay subscribed if you haven't yet for that. And also, while I'm on that subject, if you're watching this, this is one of the first videos of mine that you are watching, and throughout this video you like it, make sure you click that subscribe button. There'll be a link in the description that you can click on, or in the actual video in the bottom right hand corner you will be able to see this little icon that you can click on, and that way you stay updated for future videos. So I'll stop jabbering on and I'll take you guys and see how the garden is doing, and I will catch you all at the end. Okay, so we'll start off here with the watermelon, and it has gotten pretty big, growing really nicely, and it is starting to really put out a lot of these nice pretty petite flowers, as you can see around here. The thing is, I see a lot of the male flowers, but it doesn't appear to be as many female flowers, which is a bit of a problem unless I'm just not seeing something right, but that's okay. The second plant did die. It just never took off that well, and so it's unfortunately only this one, this sugar baby watermelon, that is doing really well. So hopefully we'll get some more some melons from that. And here we've got some basil. This is actually coming back. You saw the Facebook post that I made probably a couple of months ago or something like that now. They got really hammered, but now they've toughened up a bit, and I've been starting to pick a few of the leaves for meals, which is awesome because basil is my favourite herb of all time. So if that can grow heaps more, that would be awesome, and then that way I'll be able to make some pesto and things like that. This is just another that I transplanted from my the veggie patch down at my course, which I've now finished, which is awesome. So that is a habanero chili from see there, habanero chili that I got from Garden Centre. It was actually half price. It was on the discount shelf, but with a bit of fertilizer and water, it just took off, and it's doing really well. This is the corn after I don't know how long it's been, but as you can see, it's growing really well. I mean, after all, it is a grass, and grasses grow very quickly. But I'm super stoked with how these are growing. I also planted some beans around, probably I think about 2 each around each of the corn, just so it can grow up, even though I think the beans are actually a dwarf variety, but they can just happily grow among the corn, and so we'll get some beans from them soon, hopefully, as well. I planted those about 5 days ago, I think. Next we'll show you the tomato. This is doing reasonably well. As you can see, it's definitely reached the top of the stakes now, so it has no more room up top. Still putting out some nice flowers, and I have noticed the flowers are looking a lot better than they were after giving it a bit of the sulfate of potash, which it needed that potassium. So it's got some nice trusses of tomatoes. That is the biggest one right there. And you know, this is the mortgage of the variety, so it's supposed to get pretty big, the tomatoes. So I'm trying to break my Fred Parr's, one of my granddad's, his record is of a single tomato of this variety is 1 kilo. So I'm trying to beat that, but it's doing reasonably well. I just think I need to make sure I keep on top of the fertilizer. It's getting plenty of water though. Blueberries, these are doing quite well. If you saw my Instagram posts, I made a few just about some nutrient deficiencies. The iron is pretty much gone. You can see some bits of it there. But otherwise it is looking a lot healthier. The death tips have stopped in the new growth, which you can see along there, which is good. And they're growing very, very happily, which is awesome. Finally, down the back is my zucchinis. So I planted these, I think about a month ago now, and they just got smashed at the start by slaters. I thought it was the slugs and snails. Came out here one morning and found that slaters were just chewing off the leaves and stuff. So it's doing okay. It's coming back, but there's no flowers on there yet. There's a few little signs of flower buds along there, as you can see. But yeah, just gotta, they're not attacking them now, which is good. But yeah, compared to the other two, I bought 4 zucchinis, planted 2 here and 2 over in a different garden bed, and I'll show you the comparison right now. Okay, so here we are at the zucchinis. Now these zucchinis were planted at the exact same time as the ones out the back. And you can see what the difference does when you don't have pests nibbling at them. So this is the first zucchini which is flowering today, which is awesome. So I love zucchini. I'm looking forward to picking heaps of these guys. So within probably 2 weeks, I reckon we'll be starting to really pick a lot. So now over here to where the ginger is doing, not too well actually. As you can see, it does have a shoot that's gone up, and the leaves are shriveled. Now this was a sort of full grown leaf. It was very small. It was only like the size of my finger or so, a bit less than that. It was about that wide, and then it just sort of died from the margins inward, and yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing too well. I did see another shoot, which is right there, that's just coming up, but I think that's been nibbled off by some slaters or something like that. And same story for this one. This shoot is actually completely died back, but I think it is sending out some more soon. But really, I don't know why exactly. It's probably just not the best conditions, and I know I have been a bit slack with the water, so that probably hasn't helped. Then along here I have got some spring onions that I just replanted from my veggie plot for the TAFE course that I was doing, because now that's finished. So I just replanted those straight back in, because there's no point in just wasting them. And then all the lettuces are going to seed. I will be keeping only seed from a couple, namely this one, which is a cos, which did the best out of the causes, and then probably one of these like curlier sort of lettuces, because they were quite nice as well. And then along here we have the broccoli, which is about 8 months old, and it is still sending out shoots. So that is awesome. This has been in here for most of the year. Can't remember exactly when it was put in, but it's been here for a very long time. So it is doing very, very well. That's just a little silver beet that's going to seed, and a lot of the pyrethrum plant. I know it's not edible, but that is absolutely everywhere. Then around this place we have lots and lots of different nectarine and peach seedlings that have just come up from the stones that were in the compost, and they've just sprouted from the soil, or germinated I should say. Along here we have a volunteer pumpkin, not 100% sure which variety it is. Look like it's starting to get a bit of a fungal disease, which you can see from those spots. Hopefully it'll be alright though. So yeah, that looks like it's gonna start flowering soon, because there's some flowers in here if you can make them out. Then along the back there we have a volunteer tomato. Then over to the beans, which are doing very well. There's still, oh yep, there we go, that's a beautiful one right there, which you can see. So yeah, lots and lots of beans, which I've been coming out here every few days and just having a munch. They haven't even made it to lunch or dinner. I've just been eating them as I come out here as a snack. And then I have a few potatoes along here that I did plant myself. These aren't volunteers, I actually did plant these too. They are doing really, really well. I planted these I think 2 or 3 months ago. Time gets away real quick, so it's probably more 3. So they should be almost ready. Have a bit of a scratch around. That's right. I did see a small potato. Well, actually, it was a fairly sized one the other day. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to leave these in for a bit longer and then dig them up and see what of a harvest we got. Now around to some of the fruit trees. So this is one of the dwarf peach, which you can see there is lots and lots of fruit up there. We have covered it with the netting just because of the birds, but there is plenty of fruit everywhere. We actually had to thin out like more than half of the fruit. There was just so much on there. Yeah, this is another mini peach variety. Haven't seen as many. Oh, there's just one right in there. It's a bit dark, so it's hard to see, but yeah, there is some in there. So hopefully we'll get some lovely peaches from those, which I'm looking forward to. A few other people around this area, they're already harvesting some peaches, which is surprising actually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking our own. So this is another peach variety. So there's some nice fruit coming along here. This one is this variety, which I forgot the name. I might pop it up on the screen if I can remember. This peach variety is generally supposed to be ripening around Christmas, so hopefully they are ripe within a few weeks. But yeah, no, this is quite a tasty one as well. I believe it is a white flesh. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, this is looking really, really good. So again, we should have some more lovely peaches. And here we just have a cafe lime, which is putting on some new fruit, which is nice. And then also along the back we have a lemon. I think it is a Maya lemon from memory. But as you can see, that's a nice big lemon there. There's a few others towards the base, if you can make them out. And then along here we have a Golden Queen peach. So this is a yellow clingstone peach. We have quite a few fruit on it this year, and they are looking quite nice. And this is the variety that they use for tinned or canned peaches, and they are very, very good at preserving. They make a delicious preserved peach. So we've still got some from last year that we're still eating. And then here we have an apricot. So I think this is just a Moore Park variety, but this is doing quite well also. This year we actually had good conditions around the blossoming time, and so we've got plenty of fruit, as you can see. The birds are already having a bit of a go at it, a bit of a mark in that one. But yeah, now we should have plenty of apricots, which is awesome. Unfortunately, this one does have bacterial gamosis. I had noticed as it was growing, some of these tips were dying back, and it had some cankers which the sap was bleeding from, so that's no good. But really, it won't kill it straight away. It might slowly kill it over a number of years, but we do have a lot of apricots this year, which is awesome. So there you go, guys. That gives you a bit of a look at how everything's been growing lately. So again, I'm real sorry I didn't get that other video, but I will be posting it this weekend. I haven't filmed it yet, but like I will be posting the video that I had planned for last weekend, this weekend. For you who stuck around this long, I will give you a bit of a hint. It's to do with one of the fruit trees that I mentioned, but to do it I just have to wait until this hot weather passes, because we're having a short heat spell today and tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching. So if you like that, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you have any comments, suggestions or questions for me, pop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Just want to give a massive shout out to my patrons. They are amazing. They just get some rewards for helping me by making a small donation every month, so they get some awards. Specifically, I reckon the best ones are the small video updates that aren't seen anywhere else. So if you want to check out Patreon, there will be a link in the description, as well as I'll put it in the YouTube card. I think that corner, maybe this one. Either way. And finally, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. That way you'll stay updated, and whenever I post a new video here on YouTube, you can come along and check out what I'm talking about. So, hope you're all having a cracker of a week, and I hope your guns are booming like it is down here. And I will catch you guys next video. Cheers all.